All right. Delay. It takes a minute. I officially got a Yeti. My sister got me a Yeti for my birthday. So those of you who saw my post a while ago about Colton peeing in my knockoff Yeti cup, my sister, I think, was a little appalled by it. She got me my own Yeti. Oh, hello, Missy. Hello, Lindsay. All right, so while we're waiting to get started, I just wanted to give a minute for people to hop on. I am curious if people prefer Zoom calls where we get to see each other's faces or a live video. So as you're jumping on or listening to this playback, definitely comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. Because I can do either. Obviously, it doesn't make much of a difference to me. I just didn't know, like, I know some people like the aspect of live because they just have it on their phone. They can just, easily click it, where other people like the interaction of Zoom. So I'm just curious what you guys think. I'm rocking the daughter's puppy pillow. Puppy not pillow. Puppy blanket. Gosh, I'm tired, guys. I shouldn't be, but I am. All right, so good evening, Jennifer, Angelina. Hello, Kathy. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Wanted to quickly go over a few announcements. If you didn't know already, live. I like it. Thanks, Lindsay. Every challenge pack that's been on promotion the last 2 months, it's continued into October. So definitely benefits for us. They will be ending. I think they're effective through the end of the month. There's different pull down dates. So the one thing that they'll tell you with these promotions, if you haven't done this before or been through it, so these promotions have been on for a while. The effective date is through October 31st. But if you look at the FAQ for the promotions for this month, you'll see that some of them are set to come down on the 31st. Some of them are set to be taken down on like the 11th of November. So just note that. Like once the 31st comes and goes, I don't ever really talk about these promotions still being on sale. I will tell, like, I'll look in the back office, I'll see what price is reflected. If it is, I'll tell people, hey, this is still on promotion, just so you know. But I had one month, actually, like, I feel like I lost this girl over it. She wanted a refresh, and I messaged her. I'm like, hey, the promotion ended, but it's still showing the price. Like, if you want to grab it, and she waited till like the next day, and it was gone, and she was so mad. $20 difference. So just pay attention to that. Know what it is. Obviously, you want to try to get people to commit this month. Use the ending promotion. Anybody you're talking to with Fix, On Demand, the 3-day refresh, Size, Pio, goodness, all those programs are promoted at $140 through the end of the month. Don't let that slip away. Like, that's a great way to follow up. That's a great way to invite for your challenge groups. That's a great way to end the month. Just keep that in your back pocket. Don't forget about that. Local coaches. The Carl Deichler, our CEO, is coming to Pittsburgh on October 14th, that Friday night. Free event, but you need to get a ticket so that we can accurately plan for that. Have been selected as Carl's handler for the night. So I'll be, I guess, his right-hand girl, so to speak. So I will be hanging out with the big guy. I'm hoping to still be, once he goes on, I imagine my duties are done. He's set to speak 7 to 8:30. If you're going to that, let me know. I'd love to get together afterwards. I actually secured a babysitter, which is not easy to come by on a Friday night with my college girl that I have, and my husband's coming with me, and I would love to just go out somewhere close after and just kind of, chill and socialize a little bit. So if you're going to be in the area for that event and you're here, let me know so we can plan to do something. The Super Saturdays around everywhere throughout the U.S. and Canada, those are all set to be the weekend of the 29th. So whether it's a Super Friday, a Super Saturday, or Super Sunday in your area, I know Melissa Chavez said out in San Diego, hers is on a Sunday. Ours is early Saturday morning. The tickets have not been released yet for that because, to be honest, it's all on me. We're trying to get a new bank account set up. We switched over to a nonprofit organization. It's been a lot of paperwork on my end, and I just haven't got to the bank yet without children to actually sit down and do it. So it's riding on me and getting it done. But the event will be the 29th. We will get a link out hopefully this weekend. But if you are not local to Pittsburgh, look in the back office. Just go to the FAQs, search October Super Saturday, it'll give you a link where you can find all the locations that have already registered, and that will be your kind of like your way that you bring this business to life. I cannot stress the importance of events. From the day I signed up as a coach, I signed up as a coach in March. I went to a Super Saturday in April. I'm like, okay, I'll just go. And it was a way to, like, these people who used, in the beginning, I didn't know what it was. It was a way for me to get like a free Shakeology sample and out of my house on a Saturday afternoon. But it became, where you get to network with the people who you see face to face, people who you look up to, people who, you may not actually meet otherwise, and they're all in one place. And there's always, great stories shared, great opportunities as far as training. Like, we've done different things, but they're all different. So just moral of the story, go. If you can get there, go. Jennifer, how do we find out our local market council? You should look for search your city and search for market council. Like, we have a Pittsburgh Market Council Facebook page. You should, you can search that way. You can go to the event in October and just ask to speak to somebody. Like, you can figure out who's running it, the people who are emceeing the event. Find them afterwards and tell them, I'd love to get involved. Jennifer, you specifically, I don't know how the Super Saturdays run where you are. We always share success stories. If I were you, I would try to find, when you go to search for an event, you can see whose name is registered for the event. When I've registered the events for Pittsburgh, my name's connected to it. So people would email me questions about it. I would email them, tell them that you want to share your story. And I know it might be scary, but honestly, it's a huge way to just inspire and motivate other people. Your story would move people. I encourage you to get up there and do it. In Pittsburgh, we're doing Jeff Mathewson, who's corporate sales guy. He is going to be here as well. So we're doing a little breakfast with him that morning. It's called our Business Builder Breakfast. So you do need to be a business builder on the leadership ladder as of last month, or hit Success Club 5 by the time of the event. So it is going to be a first come, first serve. I think we have 200 spots available for the breakfast. And then the event will start at 9:30. We'll be wrapped up no later than 1 o'clock. So this one will be nice early done. We are going to have a training involved with ours. I'm on the elite panel that's going to be speaking at the training. So it'll be, kind of follow the similar flows from other events where we have the video from corporate that's going to give updates. It's the week after I go to leadership out in San Diego, so I'm sure whatever we find out there will be kind of shared with the event. Obviously, the big thing forthcoming is the launch of Quarter Force. I know that we got lots of people's sweaty selfies and stuff yesterday with the sneak peek release. Now, one thing to keep in mind with that, well, yesterday was fun, and it's a great way to talk about the new programs are coming. It's not out yet. So it's you talk about it, let people, if you, that's kind of your one little sprinkle of what it is, but you don't want to talk about it anymore because it's not available. So you don't want people who are holding out to get that, sitting around waiting for it until the 31st to only, have life happen and not commit to anything. Get them involved now, get them on demand, get them, started with on demand in a Shakeology challenge pack, and then they can, add on Quarter Force later. But just make sure that you're not pushing too much on Quarter Force, as much as I know a lot of you guys are excited. I'm excited for it. I will get the opportunity to buy it when I'm at leadership. The launch date is the 31st, Lindsay. So the challenge packs are set to be available on the 31st. Now, with any launch, they'll say by the end of day, the 31st. Obviously, they try to get them up earlier. 22-minute hardcore, I almost feel 22-minute hardcore went up the day before because it was leap year this year, and it went up on the 29th, not the 1st, I want to say. I could be wrong on that, but big picture, it's set for the 31st, but we'll know closer to the date as to the actual time that it'll be released. Everything's always in Pacific time when they talk about it. And then it rolls out in phases. They'll up on the website, you'll be able to get the on demand. You certainly don't want to launch it's available when only on demand is available, because then you risk people only getting on demand and not getting your challenge pack, which isn't what we want. We want them to get the full benefits of everything all together. So, and we'll have more details coming. Joel from the Quarter Force people, Joel Freeman, I couldn't think of his last name. He's actually going to be the guest speaker on Melanie's call next Monday. So we'll have another opportunity just to hear more from him. That again can be another little sprinkle post that you throw out there, remember that workout I did last week? We just got to talk to the trainer who was behind the scenes and creating this, blah, blah, blah. Like, use those as ways to talk about it. You just don't want it to be a continuous thing. And then I actually think Joel is going to be speaking on another call. So definitely lots of information to come out. Oh, what I was saying, I'll get it when I'm at Leadership in San Diego the week of the 22nd. So what I'm thinking is I can at least screen share with you guys through On Demand and show you kind of what the workouts look like. It's not like watch all the workouts, but you can see kind of the variety of the workouts, the nutrition plan, the schedule, all that kind of stuff. I should be able to get full access to that on like the 21st. I come home from San Diego the 23rd. So I'll have it a good week before it's actually available for everyone else to purchase. If you did not catch, so not last week was our coaching opportunity call. The week before that, I had done the training on the time management buckets. I know sometimes you have to hear something more than once before it really sinks in and before you truly implement it. So I wanted to just reiterate that training I did, the recording has been posted, and then the last night's training that Melanie did, she went same through the same thing that I had done. Obviously, hearing it from different people is helpful. I'll post that recording as soon as I get it pulled down. But just if you haven't had a chance to listen to that yet, I highly recommend you do it. I have my schedule written out. Do I stick to it 100%? No. I wish I could say yes, but it's my guideline. It gives me what I know I need to be working on each day, where to focus my time. It's that reminder to me that from 5 to 8, I'm supposed to be phones down, which this evening at 7:45, I was answering a challenge group application. But I get it, it's that balance and having those guidelines and being able to be flexible, but know what you're trying to get accomplished every day. Because this is hard. It's not a traditional thing. There's no one telling you what to do. You're setting that all for yourself, and sometimes it can be hard to really discipline yourself. And these buckets kind of help you put it all out on paper and then also share it with your family. So like my husband has seen mine. He sees what it says I should be doing, at what time each day, and he's quick to remind me at 5 p.m. whenever I pick up my phone. Nope, phone's down, So just, if you didn't listen to our call 2 weeks ago, Melanie did one last night on the Dream Team. It's highly beneficial. I just recommend you guys listen to it, implement, take away what you can. I really feel that it was powerful, and I know a lot of other people felt the same. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys a little. I need a drink. Lordy, sorry, my drink's propping up my phone. Jennifer, I would love to meet you too. I don't know what my schedule will be like. We get in Wednesday, and then we're pretty booked. I'm just trying to meet up with Melissa Chavez out there too. So I don't have an exact itinerary of what all we have. I fly in Wednesday and out early, like a 6 a.m. Sunday morning. So I'll keep you guys posted on what type of availability I have there. But so we can talk about that. So I wanted to share with you guys with the coaching opportunity. If you haven't seen, I'm talking about coaching, and it's the first week of the month. It's not something you typically see from me. Usually I start my new coach training on the first Monday of every month. I've done that for 2 years now. But something happened this month. I didn't have anybody. I didn't have any new coaches. So there was part of me that could have been like, well, no new coaches, that's okay. I can focus on the like page training that I purchased and have yet to complete. I can just focus on, getting through these books, because I've all of a sudden turned into like a PD junkie. I think I've ordered like 4 books in the last month. I could do more personal development. I could do other things. I could, chill out a little bit and relax and just not worry about running a Coach Basics group. But I didn't want to do that because I have goals. So goals that I've yet to achieve and that I'm pushing for. So instead of just saying no new coaches, I decided to switch things up a little bit. And that's why I'm doing this different push this month. And I first did a blog post on Sunday, and I posted about it Sunday night. And again, just this evening before the call. But big picture, I'm looking for 5 new coaches. 5 people who are ready to build a business. But I'm going to do it differently this time. I want to make sure that every new coach that I bring on goes through a challenge group first. I think it's partially because I was somebody who went through a challenge group. I got results. It was natural for me to want the discount on the products I loved. It was natural for me to then see what this was doing for myself and want to pay it forward to others, to then make it a business. There was no convincing. You didn't have to convince me of anything. I already got it. So my goal with this new training group is to help people fall in love with the products, to get results first, so you have something to talk about, to get into the habit of posting on social media now before you're all of a sudden a coach. I'm doing it differently. So I'm not starting it on the first Monday of the month. I'm going to start it next week. I think. We'll see. I'm still talking to some people. I haven't had anyone commit yet. I've talked to a few. I have some calls tomorrow and the next day. But more of the stories, I want you guys to be flexible with things. It's easy to just, say, oh, I tried and it didn't work, and just wait for next month. But that's not going to get me to my goals. And I know that I needed to do something different. So I'm excited to switch things up and to try something new and really, focus on a small group. I don't recruit large numbers, and I don't think I've ever recruited more than like 3 or 4 coaches in a month. That's not what I can handle. And I'm not telling you have to go do what I do and recruit the way that I'm recruiting, but it's different. And I decided that even though I like to do the first Monday of every month, I didn't have anybody for it. So I was like kind of stuck. Like, what do I do here? So I'm still going to do my new coach training, my free group on the 10th. Now, the one thing that I haven't quite 100% decided on is I always as in I don't think I've ever not done it this way. I always start a challenge group the third Monday of the month. That just gives me enough time to get my Success Club points in before I get too close to the end, because I don't like worrying about it. And it's just what works. That's what flows with my challengers. But because I added in the yoga retreat this month, that was a free group. I want to do my water challenge, which is just like my 5-day free informational group that I can kind of market to anybody, because let's be real, we all drink water. I just haven't decided how I'm going to do that. And while I am such a stickler to my plan and keeping it all these ways, because I like it for my own planning, I like it so that you guys all know what you can invite to and share with, what I was doing didn't work this month. So I'm trying to be okay with the fact that it's different and it's changed, and switch things up. And maybe it'll work great and maybe it won't, but if I don't try it, I'm not going to know. So I'm doing it a little bit different. So if I haven't started the new coach training group, I did start the other training that I planned on doing and did start was a Push to Diamond group, which we did kick off Monday. So if there was anyone who wasn't in the push that is ready for the push and you missed that did start yesterday. I guess today's only Tuesday. So that is still open. Hold on, sorry. Another drink. I don't know. I'm like talking too much. All right. But yeah, so I've worded my posts about the coaching a little bit differently. So if you get time, go ahead and look at it. Read the blog post. You'll just see it's different than from what you usually see. It's not my typical, it's not my typical way that I've recruited before, but I decided just to change things up, and I've used it as a way to follow up. The people who I had in my sneak peek last month and the month before that haven't committed, I've used that blog link. I said, hey, not sure if you saw this. I just posted about it on my social media, but I wrote this blog post, thought you would be a good fit for it. Check it out. So it's allowing me a different way to follow up with people and a different way to talk about the coaching than I've done before. When it boils down to building the business side of this, it boils down to growing a team. And while you can sell challenge packs until you're blue in your face, and you can, get people signed up for the discount, truly building a business is going to come from recruiting other people. And it can happen at any point in time. I posted earlier in the team page about Michelle Myers in the National Wake Up Call this morning. I know my mom, Diane Michael, she posted about it too. It was a great call. If you guys don't know Michelle Myers, she's an incredible person. Amazing coach, very successful coach, but she's just a really great, genuine person to follow. I got to meet her at the New Leader Conference that I went to in LA this last January. She was one of the 3 guest speakers that Beachbody brought in. But she just has a very unique market, very unique niche, and she stays true to her brand. And in the wake-up call, she said that, she signed up to coach, and I don't know if I'll get the dates right, but we'll say January 2008, I guess it would have been. She goes, I signed up on January 2008, but I didn't start coaching until 2009. So she goes, I just waited for people. I told people what I did, and if someone wanted me to help them, I would help them. But she didn't put herself out there, because we all know putting yourself out there is scary, it's uncomfortable, and it can just be hard. And it's easier to sit around and just wait patiently for people to see your results when they see you in person and be like, oh, you look great, what are you doing? And tell them and help them. But when you get uncomfortable and you put yourself out there, incredible things can happen. And Michelle Myers was a great example. I won't go in to try to retell her story, but I just encourage you, if you've been at any sort of roadblock or you've done something that didn't work and you're like, oh, well, whatever, listen to her wake-up call from yesterday, because it really hit me. It was just great. I've heard her story before, but I don't think I really put it together that she kind of, that year, like the way she said it about having a starting date different from a sign-up date really resonated with me. So I encourage you to listen to that. And if something you've been doing for the last few months, the way you've been posting isn't working, or the way you've been talking to people isn't getting you challengers, or the way you've tried to recruit for the coaching opportunity isn't getting you coaches, then try something different. Try doing something different that's going to get you the results that you're looking for, because there is no right or wrong way to do this business. There's your way to run it. So I encourage you to do that, listen to that call, and just reflect on how you're doing things now and how you could change them to meet whatever goals you have. Jennifer, fear and faith cannot both be in your heart. One will always overpower the other. That's true. And she repeated that quote. I was driving. There was like 3 things that she said during the call today that I'm like, that would make a great post. That would make a great, and even just for you guys, like just to reiterate, to where I did it on the phone, so I couldn't pause it. But if you guys have the podcast, like the Team Beachbody podcast app, you can like fast forward through all the intro stuff and just listen to her conversation, which is definitely something I plan on doing. And also, it's on the podcast app, but it's also on the computer. Like the replay's available online through the back office. But yeah, awesome call. I mean, she's an incredible woman. She stands true to her faith. She's got great books out there. Jade Emhoff she's done other training groups with Michelle Myers before. She's just an incredible person. So check her out. Listen to that call. Anyone who's on, do you have any other questions? Is there anything that, I know I'm switching things up a little bit this month. So is there anything that I can re-explain or answer for you or not sure of? Oh, one more thing. The team spirit. It's the other thing I wanted to mention. I posted about that in the page when I first saw it a little bit ago. But the team spirit's basically like a really, really big team cup. So you have to have at least 20 people on the team, but there's no limit to the number of people that you can have. You'll register the team. It doesn't have to be even just our downline. It can be, you could go jump on someone else's downline team who, like if you wanted to do a local team, like San Francisco coaches or Atlanta coaches or whatever, you could make a team that way that's just all coaches, or it can be just our own team. And it's gonna boil down to, from a like prizes standpoint, like it's gonna come down to like average SC points for the group. But Allison, why does it say October is the last month for challenge packs? October is the last month for the challenge pack promotions that are on right now. So there's like that whole slew of, usually, I guess, I don't know if you really would have paid much attention, and because since you've started, really, all these challenge packs have been on promo. Normally, there's like 2 challenge pack promos for the month. There's usually something like, a PIO and like an Insanity Max 30, or there's just usually 2 different challenge packs on promotion for the month. And then if there's a new program coming out, there might be something to complement that. But there's been, I think, like 14 or 16 challenge pack promos through the summer and through now. And those are just set to end in October. So what I imagine is, as you roll into November, it'll be the Quarter Force challenge pack will be on promotion. And then typically something else, maybe not, since it's new and everything's been on promotion. So like for us, the 140 challenge packs go up to 160. The 180 challenge packs go up to 205. So, kind of gauge yours accordingly. I think you're 164 and 182 or something like that. And those numbers don't sound right. I don't know. You know what the prices are, but those will change. So the promotions, and if you look at the FAQ in the back office, it shows you what the current price is or what the regular price is versus what the promotional price is. So that's what that means. But yeah, so the Team Spirit Award, sorry, I'm like a squirrel. Team Spirit Award, we would do, we could do it, our whole entire One Fit Fam downline of, whatever working coaches want to participate, Or we could team up with Deidre, we could all team up with Melanie, we can split off into smaller teams. It doesn't matter. I just, I'm happy to lead a team. I would just need to know who will be in it as well. Megan, 5-day challenge group. Don't be scared to run your own. Do you mean free group? The free groups are such a great way to kind of pull people together. So if you've seen the Crockpot one that I did last month, there were so many people interested in it. It didn't have a ton of interaction, but it allowed me to connect with these people, to add them into my group, and to share my recipes. If nothing else, it got me a lot of traction on my blog that week because I was sharing recipes from my own blog. So if you to run a group, I feel like I've done the Strong Moms Ab group was probably my most successful one because it gave me that's my. I'm all about mom. That's me. I'm a mom. There's not too much else. I'm a mom and a coach wife. So it just really allowed me to run a group very targeted to my niche market. But once I had that group, I've just continually added people into it. So it gave me this own little free group. Oh, I love to see everybody that's in for this group. That's awesome. So, I'm doing this water challenge next time. I know, you could always be in mine silently and run the group as in posting what I post in your own group. Your people don't need to know that they're in my group. You know what I mean? They don't need to know that you're in my group and that you're doing it just to kind of get you comfortable with it. You can co-run them with somebody else. If 2 people are interested in doing their own group and haven't, done one yet, you can do it. The benefit of having it just your own people is you can do giveaways in it. You can give your own little, anyone who orders. And, let's say you've got 10 people in a free group and you're talking, I already have the Crockpot group, go back into that information, copy paste it, make it your own and run one. But you can really tailor it to the people who are in it. You can tailor it to you specifically. You can tailor it and say anyone who commits between now and the end of the month to join my full challenge group, you're eligible to win a performance sampler or a Shakeology packet sample or something like that. But then you're speaking to only your people. So I would it's a free group. The people didn't pay anything to get in there. Try it. If it doesn't work, try it again. I've had free groups that rocked it. That Strong Mom Ab Challenge rocked it. There were probably 40, 50 people commenting on every video every single day. And then I've had groups where I don't have a single person who comments at all. And I still go in there every single day for 5 days or 7 days, and I post and I do everything I can, but sometimes they flop and sometimes they're great. But if you don't do it, then it's not going to do anything. And I have used this analogy several times. I was talking to someone about the coaching opportunity, but you've got to look at this as your party. And if you don't invite anybody into your party, then nobody's coming. But if you get out there and you invite somebody to do your 5-day free ab group or whatever you're going to do, and 3 people show up, that's 3 more people that you have to talk to. Whether or not they commit to anything, that's 3 new people that you've helped in some way, shape, or form. And at some point, they may want a little bit more than that. So don't be scared to run one. There's links to different scripts in the description of our One Fit Fam team page, and you can look at different scripts. I've been bad on updating them, but I have different ones that you could at least use as guides. I tend to use a guide, but then when I actually run the group, I tailor it based off my mood that day and what I'm doing, and I change them. But I have some guides that at least would help you. I would, any guide, definitely use it as a guide. Don't copy something in there word for word, because then it may not be accurate or the best thing. Lindsay, I took over my Uplines Challenge group this week, and I'm loving it, knowing I have her support. Yeah, and it's the same thing. This is what my whole new coach training thing is built around. It's that I want you to get results first, and once you've done it, kind of like you follow me, and then we do it together. And I want to instill that confidence to when you can then go do it yourself. So it's a process. It's not something that you can snap your fingers and go run a challenge group when you've never done it. But once you're participating in one and then co-leading one, it makes it a little bit easier to take what you've learned and then apply it and go do it yourself. So good. Congrats, Lindsay. Yeah, and Megan, that's right. I use Shakeology shaker cups. That's a great, those cups, to buy one cup, for somebody to go buy a cup, it's like $7 and like $6 to ship it. It's like $13 a cup. But we can buy a 20 pack for, a 6 pack for $20. And it's still like the $6 or $7 to ship it. But then it's a lot cheaper to do it that way. And then you've got extra ones to give to your family, your friends, or give out as gifts. So I think that's a great idea. Thirsty Thursday price. That's a great idea, Lindsay. I might have to jump on that one too. I haven't promoted for my free water post yet. And the thing you've got to realize, especially I'll just use you, Lindsay, as an example. If I post and advertise for a free water challenge, and so do you, people who see my post and your post, the only mutual friends that we have are coaches. So what's it matter if they see your post? It doesn't. The people who you're targeting and you're trying to help get started in this are different than mine. So us posting the same thing has no relevance. And if some coach sees the same thing, we're on the same team, who cares? It's no big deal. But I remember, you have to realize that if you ever feel like you're seeing the same things over and over, if you follow too many coaches, highly recommend you unfollow. Or if you have random coach friends who aren't on our team, I'll accept random friend requests from people. It's like anytime I do a training, like this Super Saturday, I'm on the elite panel. I have no doubt that after that training, I'll get friend requests from new coaches. I accept them, that's fine, but I usually unfollow them because they're already a coach. I'll let them be my friend, so to speak, but I don't need to follow their posts because that's not the people who I'm trying to help at this point. So keep that in mind too, who you're following. You can reduce the amount of people who you're following, as in who shows up in your newsfeed. Alrighty, well, anything else? Any other questions? Sounds like it's going to be a Thirsty Thursday around here. Alrighty, well, thank you all for getting on and listening. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope I see a lot of you local peeps next Friday at the event here in Pittsburgh. So, alright, have a good night.